So now, how not to be lame in high school when you think that you're being cool, or as an adult. So I think there's this there's this masculine side, this masculine energy, and I don't mean like macho. I don't mean guys talking tough, because even some of those men that think they're being hard asses in society are actually really emotional guys. They're emotionally driven, you know. So them compensating by being um, by acting macho, they're still really self-centered. Okay, they're really self-centered and self-serving, and they're still really kind of macho acting, which is compensating for the fact that they're really kind of feminized men. Do you understand? Being that self-centered, okay, makes them a feminized man, and um, being emotionally driven all the time. Do you understand? Now, it's one thing. Now, there's a difference between being triggered by something, which means you're allowing people to get on your nerves way too easily, okay, and expecting that they won't. Okay, so a lot of guys, some guys will walk around, they'll be super super tough, like your real thug homeboys, or your biker guys, or whatever, your real tough rednecks. They're like that, so they won't get messed with. Do you understand? And that's fine if they keep to themselves. Most of them, most of the time, uh, in public, somebody will see a guy like that and be like, and just leave them alone. Like your biker type, your real home, you know, tough homeboy type. They'll just leave them alone. Do you understand? They'll be like, ooh, I don't want to start trouble with this guy because of the outward appearance. So if those guys keep to themselves, they're all set. Do you understand? It's when those guys want a little bit more, they start getting pokey. Okay. Then a lot of people get out of their way. They'll start like trying to psychologically bully people, you know. But then when a guy like that runs into a man like myself, or other men that just, they won't put up with their bullshit, that's when it becomes like an issue, you know. Then it's like this back and forth, and they want to prevail somehow. They obsess about it. Do you understand? Because regardless of whatever psychological trauma, or maybe they just want to feel like the man, the fact is they want to obsess about getting a person to fold. And again, you'd think that it would fall into certain reasoning areas of their psyche, but it just supersedes that. And that's why I don't promote, like this feminized online celebrities. You got to be good to people, and of course you have to be good to people. You need to be positive. Of course you need to be positive. Do you understand? You should find positive people, truly positive people, to be around. Do you understand? And sometimes that's tough to come by, because if you have a unique mindset, unique talents, unique set of skills, then those positive people are going to be little Haiti, you know, nitpicks. Okay, and it's not a perception. Everybody who does some kind of something extraordinary, or something creative, uh, witnesses this. You understand? Somebody who's successful, they witness that too. That all these quote unquote positive people and positive support will turn on you because of envy. You know, there's that movie Enemy at the Gates, which had to do with, changes in Russia, not just the war, but changes in Russia, where the one character says to, I think, Vasily, which is the sniper, he says, communism doesn't work because it seems like it would be all fair, right? It would be all equal. Then that would end squabbles, right? But somebody can always be jealous. Somebody can be jealous of love, jealous of gifts, jealous of affection. Do you understand? Which is why communism doesn't work, which is why socialism doesn't work. We could spread out all the wealth right now, and you'd think that it would be fair, but it wouldn't be fair. Do you understand? Because people could do each other favors. You understand? I could make the same salary as all the other neighbors on the block, right? But if a neighbor and his good, if I did a favor for my neighbor, something that has to do with my skills, as a freebie, just as a friend, and then they do it back for me. Do you understand? And that favor that that neighbor does, he or she does for me, okay, that neighbor does for me, there's another neighbor that wishes that that neighbor would do that favor, okay, and then they're jealous. They're like, why you? Why do I get the favor from the neighbor when they don't know the backstory? Do you understand? So then they get jealous. Okay, so somebody can always be jealous of something. Do you understand? And so that's where the system is not going to change for your envy. I'm getting off topic, but this is an important topic, I think, for some people. But this does tie in to your sense of humor, okay, and how you carry yourself about society and how you carry yourself about, around other adults. This ties in. Do you understand? So, so there's that. What I'm saying is that the masculine approach to society is you need to be able to maneuver people. You can't just preach to people all day long. You understand? Especially a person like myself. I'm not going to be able to put positive vibes out there and manifest positive people around me. I'm going to get all types of people. Do you understand? And so, I run into cool people. I run into nice people. Sometimes I run into, obsessed guys with dude boners that think they could give me a hard time. Do you understand? And then I flip it around on them like, I've dealt with worse than you. Do you understand? But my point was that their brain wiring, the brain wiring of a person that's like that, and guys that are like this, they're just gonna hear this and mock it. Do you understand? They're the guys that, you could tell them that some kind of object is radioactive, and if they didn't believe it coming out of your mouth, they'd be like, duh, radioactive, whatever. They're the dudes that are so self-centered and stubborn that they're gonna still like touch the object, use the object, and think that everybody's full of shit, and then get cancer from radiation exposure. Do you understand? Those are the types of men that are out there. It doesn't mean listen to me. You understand? It means that some of these guys out there should be more careful, but they're not. Okay? Because something in their brain wiring supersedes being logical and actually reasoning. They just think that, well, there's a will, there's a way, and that's all it takes to prevail. Do you understand? Or to give someone a hard time or to conquer something. Do you understand? And I've been dealing with those types. I can be like that, but I do it in, kind of calculating ways when somebody really, is being a pain in the ass. Do you understand? I'll put them on the spot. Okay? There are a lot of men that think that they're my kryptonite short term, and they don't realize long term that I already planted seeds for them that are, could screw them in the long run if they're not careful. They're going to have a choice. Do you understand? They're going to have a choice if they can maybe learn. Okay? But there's another lesson in that you can't just be a vigilante and become obsessed with a person like myself and think that, there's got to be some way to try to harass a person like myself. You understand? I invite it, folks. I invite it, like I posted a while back, even though some men will go, nah. But I invite stuff like that on purpose to show those of you how many angles of attack, okay, that I can take and to deal with it. Do you understand? And you're going to see the moves that actually trump this type of behavior, okay? It's not over. It takes a lot of patience. It takes pretty calculated planning in order to deal with certain types. Do you understand? That you can't just shake, and especially if I can't just, take care of things quickly. Do you understand? So, again, there's, and especially with Christianity, there is a spiritual element to this kind of stuff. People that try to stop you, get in the way of your power, they try to they're obsessed with thinking that you're the issue, and that does tie into Christianity. Okay, if you think that I'm going to represent certain things and uh, be persecuted for certain things in society that you may not like. Okay, if you think I'm going to represent that, then I'm not going to represent that. I refuse to represent that. I know that some of you try. Some of you try to point a finger at me like I represent this or I represent that, and we have a right to give this guy a hard time. You understand? When you just don't. You try that. Some of you try that, and it backfires every time. Like, nope. Nope. So anyway, I have more, but let me refocus the points that I want to talk about. Okay?